Webster City Middle School, it's Marissa.
And Kelly.
Today is May 9th, and we only have 16 days of school left.
As the year is winding down, the 5th graders are reflecting on the memories they've made this year.
Let's go to the 5th grade to find out more.
My name is Sophia, and our year's almost up, so let's celebrate with asking some students what their favorites and memories were. Let's start off with Karina. What is your favorite school lunch?
Crispitos.
Walking taco.
Macaroni.
Walking taco. Caroline, you're asking lunch?
What was your favorite special event?
When we played in the dodgeball tournament. When we went to Echo Grove for the agriculture day.
Exercise or care to Hy-Vee Hall.
When we went to the Water Rocks Assembly.
My favorite was when we went to Iowa Central College. What was your guys' favorite subject this year?
Math. PE. Science.
Lunch. Those are great answers. My favorite subject was art.
What is some advice you guys gave to the 4th graders?
Don't make Mrs. Laughlin mad.
Don't skip class periods. Don't be disrespectful to the teachers.
Be respectful to everyone and everything.
Well, those are some good answers and advice. Well, my advice is don't tick off the teachers.
Hey guys, this school year is almost over. What was your favorite part of this year?
Going to the Kids Fit field trip. Having Vanna White the rabbit in our class.
Having Miss Casca's crazy class.
And Eddie was in my class.
My favorite class was when we were doing problem solving in Miss Rock's class and somehow we brought up drunk donuts.
Well, it's been an exciting 5th grade year from Lincoln, Caroline,
Hank,
Karina.
Sophia,
and Sebastian. And we'll see you all next year on
From the Middle!
That brings back some memories of my own.
You know who else has made some awesome memories?
Who?
The Special Olympians.
Here's Sam to talk about how we got to cheer them on in the hallways before the competition.
Hey there, WCMS. I'm Sam. Recently, Webster City Middle School was represented in the Special Olympics by 14 participants, but a select few earned their way to qualify for state on Friday, May 18th at ISU in Ames. Those kids include Gabe from 7th grade in the softball throw, Casey, Abby, and Wyatt from 5th grade in the softball throw, and Dylan, Isabel, and Aaron in 6th grade in the tennis ball throw. 50-meter walk, 200-meter dash, and standing long jump. The Special Olympians will be honored in an assembly on Thursday, May 17th with a torch run and a parade to follow. Be ready to congratulate and cheer them on. That's all I have to throw at you, so let's run it on over to the anchors.
Good job to all those who participated.
Do you remember when we made those toy cars last year?
Yeah, mine was a cow named Calvin.
Let's go see what the 7th graders created this year.
Hello Webster City, Jaden here, once again with the science report on the biggest science project of the year, the toy car unit. For this unit, we make a fast gear train to either go 3 meters in 3 seconds, go up a 30-degree angle, or go up a 15-degree ramp in 2 seconds. Show me, I have to move it up. After it makes at least one of those parts, or one of those requirements, we get to do the fun part, decorate the car. I've seen designs for animals, famous cars, and others. After designing them, the 5th, 6th, and 8th grade will see the end results at the toy fair. They look great. Up next, let's run down over to CJ with the track report.
Thanks, Jaden. Hello, WCMS. This is CJ here, reporting about middle school track and field. If any of you have ever gone to a track meet, you may have noticed that there are multiple events going on at once. Some could be jumping over hurdles, Others could be running a mile or even throwing a shot put. There's a variety of events to choose from as an athlete. Something unique about this sport is that one person can compete in multiple events. For example, someone could run in 3 track events and 1 field event. Our biggest event coming up is Conference May 11th. That's enough of running my mouth. I'm going to hand it back over to the Eagles.
They must have put a lot of work into that.
Yeah, that takes a lot of dedication. Sometimes they don't get back until 10 when they travel.
Recently, the 8th graders did a lot of traveling too.
Are you talking about when the students went to Washington, D.C.?
Yeah, let's go hear from Addie, Emma, and Gracie for more information about the trip.
Hey Webster State Middle School, it's Addie. 29 students from the 8th grade class had the opportunity to go to Washington, D.C. on April 27th through the 30th. I was also able to go on the trip, and we visited very popular spots in Washington, D.C., which ended up to be pretty amazing. On Friday, after arriving at the airport in Washington, D.C. around noon, we visited the American History and Natural History Museums. On to Arlington National Cemetery. While we were there, we also participated in the wreath-laying ceremony, and we watched the changing of the guard at the tomb of the unknown soldier. Later on, after dinner, we went to the Einstein statue and the World War II memorial, then headed to the hotel for the night.
On Saturday, we visited the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, as well as the Korean War Memorial and the Lincoln Memorial. After that, we went to several museums. The National Archives Museum, where we saw the Declaration of Independence and many other famous documents. The Air and Space Museum, where we saw many rockets. And the Holocaust Museum, where we saw the information about World War II, the Jewish ghettos, and concentration camps. Then, we ended the day with a visit to the Pentagon, aka the September 11th Memorial, the Franklin D. Roosevelt Memorial, and the Jefferson Memorial. On Sunday, we began the day with a visit to the National Cathedral, where we attended a church service. After that, we made a stop to the National Zoo to see the pandas and other animals. After lunch, we went to Mount Vernon, where we saw the home of George Washington and the area around where he lived. Lastly, we went to the Kennedy Center to see the comedy murder mystery, Sheer Madness.
On Monday, the kids in D.C. went to tour a couple more stops before they had to say goodbye to the fabulous city. We stopped at the Trump Hotel to take a few pictures there. You could tell that only the richest people could stay there. Later in the day, we stopped at the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial to check out Dr. King himself, popping out from the rocks. We later headed over to the Ford's Theater to listen in on a couple of the stories of Lincoln's death, during which a couple of people fell asleep. Despite that, we all learned something new about Lincoln during that presentation. After we ate at Union Station, we walked past the Supreme Court on the way to the Capitol tour. We learned about the crypt that they wanted the president buried in, and we walked through a whole room full of statues of famous people from each state. Before we departed, we took a group picture in front of the Capitol and hit up the National Gallery of Art. Students in Project Explorer got to see paintings from the French Impressionists they studied. Finally, we said goodbye to Rob, our tour leader, and Leroy, our bus driver, and headed back to the airport to leave. Altogether, we had a blast in D.C., and I personally hope to visit our nation's capital again.
And of course, we can't forget about our trip to the White House. The White House itself was very cool, but the most memorable part was what was going on across the street.
Raps in a bucket can't have you. I'll be the president one day, January 1st. Oh, you like that gossip? Like you the one kicking that gossip.com. Now I gotta work with the tongue. How many Rolling Stones you want? Yeah, I got a brand new spirit, speaking and it's done. Woke up on the side of the bed like I won. Talk like a window with to the sun. G5 billion US to Taiwan.
That trip was really fun for me.
Now for upcoming events.
All Iowa 8th grade honor band is on May 10th.
5th grade pen pal party is on the 11th.
8th grade cheerleading tryouts for high school is Saturday the 12th.
7th and 8th grade chorus concert is on Thursday the 17th.
Special Olympics is in Ames on the 18th.
On Saturday, May 19th, band and chorus students are going on the annual Adventureland trip.
5th grade classes will be going to Fort Museum the week of the 21st.
7th grade will be going to Fort Frenzy on the 25th.
6th grade field day is on the 30th, while 5th grade field day is on the 31st.
And most importantly, Friday, June 1st is the last day of school. Kids will be let out 3 hours early on that day. Before we end the show, we want to welcome the new students that will be coming from Stratford, St. Thomas, and Northeast Hamilton to our school next year.
That is all for this year. From the middle.